Deep Dive Podcast by the Boca Raton Tribune.
You know that sound? That sort of constant buzz of political talk that seems to be everywhere now?
Oh, yeah. Hard to escape.
It really is. And it often feels, well, pretty heated, right? It's gone way past, like, polite disagreement.
Definitely. It's more of a roar sometimes, social media, news.
Even family dinners.
Yeah.
You know, we all feel that intensity. But have you ever really thought about what Americans actually think it's doing? Not just how it feels, but its real impact.
That's a great question.
Well, that's exactly what we're digging into today. We've got this really interesting Reuters Ipsos survey that basically took the nation's temperature on this.
And the timing of this poll is pretty significant too, isn't it?
It really is. It was done right after the assassination of Charlie Kirk, the conservative activist.
Right. Which obviously put political divisions and the potential for violence front and center for a lot of people.
Exactly. So the contest is sharp. The article we're looking at is from the Boca Raton Tribune, September 16th, 2025. Most Americans believe harsh political rhetoric is fueling violence, poll finds.
A pretty direct headline.
It is. So our mission today is to unpack this, pull out the key insights, help you understand what people are thinking about the discourse, about society's health, maybe even their own anxieties. Okay,
Let's do it.
so what's the first big takeaway?
Well, what jumps out immediately, and it's pretty sobering, is how directly people are linking the talk to the walk, so to speak.
You mean rhetoric and actions?
Exactly. The survey found a strong majority, a really strong majority, believe the way Americans talk politics, often harsh, inflammatory, directly encourages violence.
Not just politicians, but the general way we talk.
Yeah, the general way we discuss these issues, it's not just seen as uncivil anymore.
And the numbers back that up.
Oh, absolutely. We're talking 63% of respondents, nearly 2 out of 3 people. They said the way Americans discuss politics does a lot to encourage violence.
Wow, a lot. That's not ambiguous.
Not at all. It suggests people see the rhetoric, the words, as like fuel on the fire, an accelerant.
But it's more than just disagreement or being upset. It's seen as actively dangerous.
Precisely. It feels like a direct attribution of responsibility. People are drawing a clear line, a causal link almost.
And what does that signify, do you think, when such a big chunk of the population sees it that clearly?
Well, I think it points to a collective exhaustion, maybe, but also a real fear, a sense that our national conversation isn't just unpleasant, it's genuinely risky.
Like it has a gravitational pull towards actual harm?
Yeah, exactly. It's not just, I don't like the tone, it's this tone is leading somewhere bad.
Okay, so that's the direct link people are making. But the survey looked broader too, right, at how people see society itself.
It did, and the picture there is just as stark, honestly. It paints this picture of something fundamental shifting in how we relate to each other.
How so?
Get this. 79%,
Yeah.
almost 4 out of 5 people polled think Americans have become less tolerant of different viewpoints over the last 20 years.
79%.
Yeah.
That's massive. Less tolerant.
Less tolerant. The vast majority feel our ability to even, listen to someone with an opposing view has just shrunk dramatically.
Wow. What are the implications of that if we can't even tolerate different views anymore?
Well, think about it. Democracy kind of needs that respectful clash of ideas, right? Even ideas we strongly disagree with.
Sure. That's how you find common ground, solve problems.
Exactly. So when tolerance goes down, that common ground just erodes. We stop arguing about the issue and start dismissing the person.
Right. Creates echo chamber.
Totally. And it affects everything. Workplaces, communities, even families. It can make people afraid to speak up. It makes bridging divides harder. It impacts actual policy.
And it seems like this feeling of, fraying connections goes even deeper.
It does. The poll asked a really blunt question and got a blunt answer.
Which was?
Some 71% of respondents agreed with the statement, American society is broken.
Broken. Wow. That's such a strong word.
It really is. It's not just we have challenges or we disagree a lot. It's
Yeah.
broken. Like something fundamental isn't working.
A sense of malfunction,
Mhm.
disconnection.
Yeah, maybe even despair about our core systems, like our institutions, our shared rules, our ability to just sort things out. They feel like they're failing.
That's more than just political dissatisfaction then.
Oh, much more. When people feel society is broken, it affects, trust. Trust in institutions, trust in each other. It hits civic participation.
Volunteering, community involvement, that kind of thing.
Exactly. It erodes what researchers call social capital, that glue that holds communities together. makes it harder to cooperate, harder to believe things can get better through collective action.
So these big kind of abstract feelings, less tolerance, a broken society, they don't just stay abstract, do they? The survey brought it closer to home.
Right. It asked people about their own backyard, essentially.
And what did they find?
They found that 2/3, about 66%, said they were concerned about politically motivated violence happening in their own community.
2/3. So this isn't just watching the news about faraway events. This is fear about their own neighborhood, their own town.
It's a very personal, very local kind of anxiety. What might happen down the street, among people they might even know.
And is this fear just floating in the air? Or is there something backing it up?
Well, that's the critical part. These fears aren't just hypothetical. They line up, unfortunately, with a documented rise in actual political violence.
Really? There's data on that.
Yeah. The article mentions researchers at the University of Maryland. They found the U.S. saw almost twice as many politically motivated attacks in the first half of this year, 2025, compared to the same time in 2024.
Twice as many. That's a serious jump.
It's a measurable surge. It confirms a pretty disturbing trend. So the public's perception here seems uncomfortably close to reality.
And like we said, the poll itself was done right after the Charlie Kirk killing in Utah.
Right. And there was also that Democratic lawmaker killed in Minnesota back in June.
So these aren't just abstract statistics for people. They're seeing these high-profile, tragic events.
Exactly. They register. It feels like the public's anxiety isn't coming from nowhere. It's reflecting this escalating reality.
Okay, so if we kind of pull back and look at the whole picture from the survey, what's the synthesis? What's the main story here?
Well, what emerges pretty clearly is this. The American public is acutely aware of the link between heated political language, especially from influential figures, and the potential for actual violence.
Does it see the connection?
Clearly, they understand that words, particularly when amplified, can have dangerous real-world consequences. And this isn't some fringe idea, it's a mainstream view.
Right. But even with that awareness, that recognition of danger,
Yeah.
there's something else in the poll too, isn't there? A desire for something different.
Yes, absolutely. Despite everything, the poll shows this widespread yearning, almost like a plea for a less caustic political environment.
People want things to cool down. Turn down the temperature, lower the volume.
Yeah, a desire to get back to something resembling civility, or at least, less weaponized disagreement. It's like people are saying, okay, we see the problem, we get how serious it is, and we really want another way.
But here's the kicker. Here's the paradox. This desire for calm exists even as the rhetoric from, let's be honest, all sides, often remains incredibly intense. Sometimes it feels like it's even ramping up.
Yeah. So why is that? If so many people want change, why does the intensity stick around or even get worse?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? It's complicated. You've got political incentives, right? Firing up your base, generating outrage. Sometimes that seems like the way to win.
Sure. Plays well in primaries, maybe.
And then there's the media landscape, especially social media algorithms, which often reward the loudest, most extreme voices. It creates this sort of outrage economy.
So even if individuals want calm, the system rewards intensity. It can feel that way, almost like a prisoner's dilemma. Everyone might be better off if things calm down, but the immediate perceived benefit often goes to the one who shouts loudest. It traps the whole system.
And it's not just one side's fault. It's systemic.
Right. That's a key point for, an informed audience like yours to grasp. It's a dynamic affecting the whole spectrum.
Okay, so wrapping this up, we've seen a picture of a nation that's really concerned. Americans widely believe harsh talk fuels violence.
They feel society's gotten less tolerant. Many even feel it's fundamentally broken.
And a huge number, 2/3, are worried about political violence hitting close to home in their own communities.
These aren't just opinions. They feel like a collective diagnosis of the current moment. Understanding this public mood is, well, it's essential if you want to make sense of our social and political climate right now.
Yeah, it's not just about what leaders or pundits are saying, but how it's landing, how it's being felt, and the anxieties it's stirring up everywhere.
Exactly. It really underscores the weight of words.
It really does.
Yeah.
So as we finish up, maybe a final thought for you, the listener, to chew on. Given that so many Americans see this link between rhetoric and violence, and they want a less caustic environment, what's the role of individuals, people beyond the politicians and the media figures?
That's interesting.
Do we play a part in perpetuating this intensity? Or could we play a part in mitigating it Is it just about what news we consume, or is it also about how we choose to talk or maybe even not talk about these things ourselves?
Yeah, how do we engage or disengage? Good question.
Something to think about as you navigate the news and, the conversations around you. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.